Thank you. My name is Alicia Franklin, and I'm running for the 311 Family District Court. I want to thank y'all for inviting me here today, and thank y'all for being here, most importantly. Today I wanted to talk to you about who I am, why I'm running, and why you should vote for me. First, to address who I am, again, my name is Alicia Franklin, and I'm running in the 311. I am a family law attorney who's been practicing over 10 years. I have a wide range of experience in these family law cases. I haven't focused my practice on one niche. I've had practice in all areas of the law. I've done adoptions, I've done CPS cases, I've handled complex property divorces. I've handled cases with issues like substance abuse, physical abuse, neglect. You name it, I've handled it. I've done adoptions, and I have been a mediator on cases. I've also been an arbitrator. And the reason it's important to tell you that I've arbitrated cases is because that's in a similar capacity as a judge. I've had to listen to the case, listen to the evidence, the argument of the attorneys, and make a decision. Additionally, I've been appointed by the majority of Harris County family courts to represent children in their courts. And that's, I feel, in large part due to my merit. I have this experience that I've talked about, but every year I take the necessary courses to stay current on the requirements as required by the Texas Family Code. In addition to that, I have been appointed by a majority of the family courts to sit as a special magistrate and to hear contested matters in their courts as well. Why I am running. I'm running because I've known for a very long time that I've wanted to be a judge, because I care about families and because I care about the litigants that appear in these courts, and I felt like I could make a difference. And in this particular court, I feel like now I can truly make a difference because I feel that the families appearing in this court are looking for a judge who can be fair, a judge that they feel they can have access to the court, a judge that they feel will consider the evidence on a case-by-case basis, and a judge who will treat them with respect and be sympathetic to their concerns. Families are generally at their worst when they're in these courts, and so therefore we need to be there for them. Again, my name is Alicia Franklin, and I ask for your support and I ask for your vote. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Denise Pratt. I'm the judge of the 311th Family District Court. As a grassroots activist, I've been a precinct chair, I've been an election judge, I've been the president of the Downtown Houston Pachyderm Club for a couple of years. I was also handling all of their programs for about half a decade, and I sat on the board of directors for a decade. I've been to the national convention, I've been to the local convention, I'll be again at the senatorial convention, I'm a delegate for that. I've been to the TFRW convention, and I've supported my party. I've also been a foster mom, I've been a Girl Scout leader, I'm still a Girl Scout leader, I'm still a foster mom, and I've taken girls and boys from the Girls and Boys Harbor in LaPorte. I've been trained by HPD Domestic Violence Unit, I've been trained by Suicide Hotline for teens. I sit on the Texas Board of Social Workers Examiners, which handles mental and emotional health. I've also been trained by Charter Lakeside Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitation. But I want to talk to you about what happens in the 311. In the 311, we do things a little differently. When a divorce is filed, a TRO is filed. It's a pre-printed order, and if you have children, it says that you're not to have your children around you, no girlfriend, boyfriend, lover, or paramour from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Our rule is you're not to have your girlfriend or boyfriend around your child at all. At that point, you're still married, and typically your children are not ready. We also have situations where orders come before us where somebody's had a drug or alcohol or violence problem for a couple of decades. They failed out of a couple of rehabilitations, and then they bring an order that they've agreed to or not agreed to that suggests that there will be unsupervised visitation of young children after 1 or 2 drug tests that are negative, which can occur in 1 month. That concerns us. We set a hearing for that, and we want to talk about that and find out what the situation is before that kind of situation, before the children go into a situation where there's unsupervised visitation when somebody's had a drug or alcohol problem for decades. Our laws support this. I have not been overturned by the appellate court at any time. We have cases that come before us on a regular basis that provide that children are basically sent back into the war zone. We've had a case where there's a child that was supposed to have supervised visitation, but it was going to be unsupervised as soon as his father got out of jail. His father had tried to kill him and the mother. There's a restraining order that he stay away from the mother, but the child was put on psychotropic medication so that he could feel good about visiting. Those are the type of situations that we take a second look at. We don't rubber stamp those orders in the 311th, and by we I mean me and my associate judge, Judge Newey, and we make sure that the children are safe. All of our cases have been supported by the appellate court. They've sustained every ruling we've made to try and support children. We believe that the family judges of Harris County can make a difference on what's going on in Harris County if they'll only have the courage. Thank you. Well, until just recently, the position was that same-sex marriages, same-gender marriages, are not legal. We are waiting to see the fallout from what the judge has ordered out of San Antonio. I have personally not had any cases for that in our court, either before the ruling or after the ruling, but I can tell you that we will go by the law, the way the law is written, and the way it's interpreted until further orders, either from the legislature or from the appellate court.
On that one.
My response to the question is twofold. First, my personal opinion is that marriage is between one man and one woman. However, as Judge Pratt said, obviously as a judge you have to follow the law and you have to apply the law. So if the law says that we have to open our court and give access and hear a matter between dissolving a marriage between two individuals of the same gender, then I would follow the law and apply the law accordingly. My position on it, okay, so is twofold again. First off, my personal opinion on this is, again, I'm Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I've attended Catholic school all the way from first grade all the way through law school, and so I have very conservative values as well. In the issue of bypass, and I don't know if everybody knows what that means, but it's basically where a child's coming before the court asking for a bypass to be able to have an abortion without their parents' consent. And again, this is a matter that ethically speaking, I have to say that I have to listen to it on a case-by-case basis. However, I've told you what my values are personally, but I would have to apply the law and listen to the facts and apply the decision on a case-by-case basis.
The question is my position on taking bypass cases.
What is your position on accepting judicial bypass cases?
We accept all the judicial bypass cases that are sent to us. The bypass cases are offered to all of the courts, all of the civil courts, so that's about 50 civil courts. So you don't see them that often except for the situation where some courts kind of don't want them and they'll deduct from them or not be available and that kind of stuff. And in that situation, you might get more than your fair share. We'll handle any bypass case that's brought to our court. We'll handle it the way it's supposed to be done. They send the file over from the district clerk's office. It's all done by initials. You don't see the file in advance. You don't see the file afterwards. You listen to the facts. You make your ruling, and then if they take it up to the appellate court, they take it up to the appellate court. And we accept every one of them that comes our way. We're happy to do it. We have, our trial dockets are for non-jury dockets, for non-jury trials. They're for bench trials. On bench trials, we handle them on the day of trial. They're done if you come in the afternoon by about 3 o'clock. We have maybe one case left. We have 2 judges that work very hard. If necessary, we work through lunch. We make sure that we take the cases that have been oldest first that are ready. We take care of the people that are in from out of town. We take care of the cases that have attorneys. And we don't go into the next day unless somebody has requested or needs to go to the next day. On jury cases, we set those individually. We do not set those on the general trial docket. We set those on a day-to-day case basis. where they get the entire day or week or 2 weeks or 3 days or whatever they need for their case. And they are the only case set during that time, and we give them a preferential setting. We also give them a pre-trial conference so that a week or two before the jury trial is supposed to start, everybody comes in and makes sure everybody's on the same page, everybody's ready to start before we pull a jury, and then we see it to completion.
I would handle the jury trial docket and the trial docket, bench trial docket, very similar to the way it's being handled in there now as far as scheduling wise. However, as far as hearing the cases and moving the cases along, that's where I would make a change. There are often times that cases are being pressed at 8 o'clock and the cases don't get heard at 8 o'clock. The general docket in this court is at 9:30, and oftentimes the cases that are pressed at haven't started till after docket is called. I would make sure to hear cases from 8 until 5, and I would make sure that I was taking as much testimony on these cases as possible to help move these cases along. Again, my name is Alicia Franklin. I'm running for the 311th, and I'm asking for your support. I'm running in this court because I feel like I'm the best candidate. I am asking for your support because I feel like I have a proven track record amongst my colleagues and the family law judges of being trustworthy, of having experience on these cases, of treating everybody with respect, of working very hard, and of treating the litigants with the respect that they're looking for when they come to court on these family law cases. Thank you.
Well, I'm still Denise Pratt. I'm still up for re-election. I would like your support. I would like for you to go to my website, DenisePrattForJudge.com. You'll see a lot of the endorsements that I've received, which are the conservative side of the party. It includes Katy Christian Magazine. It includes the Baptist Ministers of Houston and vicinity. It includes Norma Jeter and Josh Flynn and Alan Fletcher and a whole lot more. I think we can change Harris County if we'll do it one child at a time, and I appreciate your support.